Hello everybody, and welcome back to Windy Ridge Apiaries. Today we're at the Carlton Bee Yard. It's a hot day. It's 89 degrees and we're about almost 1:30 in the afternoon. And I do have to move things along a little bit here as far as weather is concerned. We just got modified into at least from the National Weather Service's viewpoint, just got modified into what we call an enhanced warning area, and that pretty much means that we're at a greater risk for severe storms here. And I can see some building up out to the west of us in central Minnesota and heading this way. So let's get her going here. Today's task here at the Carlton Bee Yard is to, we're going to take a quick look down into the honey supers here, see if they're actually doing anything. I know I put them on because there were so many bees and they just needed some place to expand into. We'll see if they're actually doing some collection of honey too. And I've got a lot of bees on the front of the hive here, a lot of bearding on hive number 3. So we're going to put some supers that I brought with over here on top of here. Not necessarily, it's getting a little late for collecting any sort of honey from this. Harvest is only 2 to 3 weeks out now, but we'll put them on just so they have room to grow into and not even try to think the swarm on me here. So just give them more room is about all we're going to be doing at hive number 3. After we're done here, I'm going to take you down just maybe 100 feet to the east of us here, and we'll show you what Elmer, who is the landowner here, Elmer and I did. Whoa, this was back in early June, I want to say, or so, and it has a lot to do with planting things for not only this year but future years. So we'll get to that in a little while. So I'm going to get suited up here and we'll dig into hive number 1 here first. So I'm going to try to do some work here without the gloves. Oh, it's so hot. The perspiration is already glistening off of my arms, back of my hands, and we'll see. I suspect they'll be pretty happy today. They should be accustomed by now to being in this location, and there's so much pollen and nectar form around here. So let's first of all dig down and take a look in here. Not too many bees up there. Of course, it is right time for them to be out and about. So I'm looking down here and I'm seeing on the top here some capped honey, and I don't know if that's stuff that I left for them or if that's stuff that they're doing, but nonetheless I'm glad to see capped honey in here on this frame and this frame, and that's about the only 2 I see them working. Well, there's a few bees over in this frame here, but let's pull this off and take a look at the next box down. There is a lot of activity as far as the wings fluttering here inside the box. It is a warm day, so I can imagine they're trying to keep things cool down there. Oh, this is the that's right, I put a mixed frame in here. I don't see any sort of comb being drawn out on these frames here, so not going to expect to get any sort of nectar or honey from this frame. I think what I'll do is I'll take this and put this on top and put the other one down below, since I don't see him doing any build out here. You might be confused and dazed for a little bit here as when I first come back up in here, but they'll figure it out. They're smart bees. All my bees are smart. Alright, let's get this out of the way here quick. Although there are a good number of bees milling around there, they could be just resting. Okay, good amount of bees here too, both on top and below. Not tremendous amounts, but I think it looks pretty good. Alright, sorry I bumped the camera there and probably wiggled things a little bit too much for you. There you go. So we'll put this one on the bottom here. And I'm going to forgot to bring them over, grab my spacers. Just for these few days that are this hot, you can put up with that. Otherwise, I think I'd probably go with the white vehicle. But the rest of the time, when it's so cold up here, it's nice to have a dark vehicle. There we go. All right, new ones. Saw somebody, oh, I know who it was. It was Beekeeping in Northern Ontario. That would be Scott Hendricks over there. And got to go see Scott recently. And I think I may have mentioned that already in another video, but nonetheless, that was fun. When my son and I did a trip to the UP, that'd be Upper Peninsula, Michigan. We also went to the Sioux Locks over there, Sault Ste. Marie. Went across, a brief incursion into Canada, and then 45 minutes from there is where Mr. Scott Hendricks is. Got to meet him and his wife, and he's using these stainless steel type ones, which are far more sturdy than those plastic things I have. So we'll keep the plastic ones around just for yucks and grins, but I'll probably be using those pretty much all the time now. Alright, let's get this down here. Bring it down gently so get the girls out of the way. And we'll put the black ones here on top. Boy, it's amazing to see how the wax is just starting to melt here in just that short amount of time. In the sunshine there. Alright, that's all I wanted to do is check up on that. Glad to see that there's some activity, whether they're just resting or whatever the case. Saw some activity on some of the comb, on that permacomb frames. Alright, we'll get this button back up here quick. And yeah, I mentioned we have storms coming, so usually storms that come when we're in enhanced conditions here are pretty severe. We'll have some large hail with it, and lots of rain and wind and all that. So make sure everything's all buttoned up. Get things moved over to this cover, and we'll try and move the camera over to the next box here. Alright, well, I said the magic word that I'm not supposed to say, and then the camera stops doing what it's supposed to be doing there. Maybe I'll flash that up on the screen again. But I already got the new supers on when I finally realized we're not getting any sort of video there, so let's see if I can get back in here quick and show you what's going on. So, clean maybe I'll do that right now. Clean the wax and propolis off of this cover because it has a tendency to stick pretty good to the telescoping cover, and then the two want to come off together. So, and that's probably my fault because I probably had this flipped down one year, and now this year I got it flipped up the other way. With my inner covers that I made, I've got 3/4 inch wood, so it's 3/4 thick here, and then 1 inch deep going up and down here. I've got 1/4 inch plywood in the middle, and like I said before, they're a little flimsy, a little flexible, but that's not all that bad either. But what I did is when I dadoed in the area where I put the plywood in, I didn't put it exactly down the middle. I left it to the top a little closer here, so there's more space on the bottom side here than there is on the top. So doing that then gives me a little extra room down inside of the box for pound patties and fondant and whatnot. Okay, that. Well, let's see if we can reach up here. There's probably still enough here to cause some problems, but not as much as before. I hear my phone going nuts here. I always forget to mute my phone. My apologies. I'll do that right now. The problem is now my fingers are so full of propolis and maybe a little bit of wax there. It's hard to really operate the phone that way. So, all right, let's get around in here and take a look inside. Oh, we got a bee up here already. That could have been already on the inner cover. But, and I put another one down here. Oh, there's a lot of bees in here already. Checking it out, scoping it out. So, good deal. Maybe, if you guys are bored, I'm sorry, gals, pardon me. If gals are bored, you can draw out some comb here and help me out there. So, anyway, very strong. I forgot to bring along a queen excluder or honey excluder, whatever you want to call it. But I did notice that they have built some nice new comb up here on the top that was reaching up towards the inner cover previously. So maybe there's some hope yet here for this hive. But they're pretty good population now. I look down in there and there's a lot of bees all the way around. So I'm gonna grab these spacers quick again. They're starting to get a little warm in the sunshine here. Lesson learned. Keeping some here in the shade. And I'll put this next box back up here. Welcome back to Carlton Bee Yard. Not exactly at the bee yard right now. It's maybe 100 feet down the hill is where the bees are. Problem note for the bees. This is what I'll affectionately call Elmer's bee garden. Elmer did a lot of work out here. He came down and dug up the soil a bit. And this is one farmer. So is that tilling? Maybe that's tilling. Got some big rocks down there too. It's glacier country out here. Not right now, because it's still 89 degrees, but at one time. You see, so you till out this stretch all the way from where the camera's sitting there, and you can maybe see way down to the end of it. Anyway, we put our heads together, not hard, and decided we're going to do some planting here. And so I volunteered to buy clover seeds, and not just one, but there's several varieties. I'll show you that in just a second. And Elmer got some oats, and so we planted a bunch of clover out here and some oats as a cover crop. But you probably see there's lots of flowers here. We got the brown-eyed Susans over here, but I don't think the bees go after that. We got over here, maybe just a little out of range. I might be able to see it. Favorite food of monarch butterflies would be the milkweed. And I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that maybe those are pretty shallow flowers. Maybe the bees go after that, don't know. Daisies and lots of other things. But let's talk about the clover here just quick. So I went out and I bought some clover seeds, and these came from someplace in Vermont. Not that they're paying me to do this or anything. Yeah, do I have to really say it? Yeah, that's right. The lawyers keep getting richer and richer. Anyway, so that's where I got my seeds from. Every time I've ordered from them, they've been good turnaround and shipping fast, prompt shipping and all that, and everything. I've never had a mess up on the order other than what yours truly has messed up. So I use them. Anyway, they come all the way in from Vermont. But I did get 5 different types of clover for Elmer's bee garden here. And I did that because if you look at the different types of clover, some will bloom early, like in June here. Some will bloom end of June into July, and I wanted to try and get some clover that's going to go all the way out to September. Not necessarily into September, but out to there at least, just to help keep that nectar supply coming in. Whether or not it's enough to actually get some honey off, I don't know. Probably, maybe not, but it's a valiant effort nonetheless. But of course, bees aren't the only ones that love clover and oats. I expect to see some deer in here. They love the clover, oats. Also, I just took a quick trip down there a little bit, and I could see where it looks like something hollowed out the sand a little bit. I can see turkey feathers nearby, so turkeys are out here. I don't know if they're going after the clover or whatever, but the turkeys, wild turkeys that is, are in the area. All right, the other thing I have to watch when I'm getting seeds, not just when they bloom and pick seeds based on that, but I also have to pick a zone hardiness, and that's what you call it. If you do a Google search on zone hardiness, or if I remember, I'll leave a link down below in the description here for zone hardiness. Way up here in the north, we are zone 3. There are certain places along Lake Superior that are zone 4B. I just ignore the 4B and I just go with zone 3. Because we still get mighty cold in the winter. And of course, I think that zone stuff is all based on averages, and we still get plenty cold that zone 3 is going to get, and we'll also get plenty hot. And so there you go. Anyway, zone 3. So I picked zone 3 clover, and this is what I got here. Now, as you saw, I just held up a bag a little bit ago. They come in cloth bags. They also come with a nice label on top. And I picked up some Alsike clover. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And white Ladino clover. You'll understand that sometimes the English language is a foreign language to me. Dutch white clover. New Zealand, I'm sorry, white New Zealand clover. White New Zealand clover. And last but not least, strawberry clover. Now, all these are supposed to be honeybee friendly. I know there's some red clovers that are supposedly, the flowers are too long and the honeybees can't get their proboscis up far enough to get that, but these are all supposed to be honeybee and other pollinator friendly. So we should be good here in Elmer's Bee Garden for a while. Not necessarily this year. Again, this is just the build up, and we started doing this back in I want to say early June. He started tilling, and then we planted some seeds towards the end of June, and it was so dry. I was so worried that nothing was going to come up, or if it did come up, it was going to burn out right away. But as it looks right now, not too long after we planted, it was like 3 days after we planted, looks like we broke that little brief drought, and we've had a lot of good rain since then. And so it looks pretty good out here. I'm going to grab the camera here in just a second, and we'll take a quick walk down and take a look at and see how our clover is doing. Okay, let's start taking a little walk here. Probably see lots of clover. There's some yellow clover. I'm not sure that's mine. That might be just a naturally occurring clover here. We'll walk through weeds here. Lots of clover everywhere coming up. Just really super young plants. And that's looking really good. We put a lot of seed out in hopes that we would get something. And we got something all right. Then there's this bare spot here. It looks like something dug it up a little bit. And then I see turkey feathers all around here. So maybe a turkey was taking a dust bath, or something like a fox got a turkey, or a coyote got a turkey, whatever the case may be. But there we go. So this is looking good. Elmer's Bee Yard, or Bee Garden I should say, is getting a lot of clover, and I'm looking forward to this next year. And we already have some clover, but that's the naturally occurring stuff here. That's not what I planted. All right, folks, that's it from here at Elmer's Bee Garden, and apologize for the brief cut off at the last video there, and once again the camera overheated, and I can't blame it because I touched the backside, the screen in the backside, and oh, it was hot. Out here in direct sunlight, I'm gonna have to come up with a way to protect this camera system when I'm out in the sunlight. I don't know, print off, maybe I'll go look, see if there's any sort of shields that I can print off on the 3D printer or something. And as I joked about before, maybe a little umbrella, but now that's not looking to be like so much of a joke anymore. So, all right, well, I'm going to take a quick look here up to, this would be the north and west a little bit. Oh, looky there, some dark, nasty clouds coming in. Go take a look at the radar quick and see how that's going to affect me. If not affecting me, I'll head down to Holyoke next. Well, that's a pretty angry cloud up there to the northwest of us and north. Did check radar on the way down here from Carlton, and we're now in Holyoke. And looked like it was just going to go to the north of Holyoke here. We might get a drop or two, but it looks like it's going to the north mostly. Some pretty strong cells up that way. I can hear thunder. Thought maybe if I leave the camera run a little bit, we'd get a flash of lightning or something, but such is not the case right now, and that's probably good. I don't want to be that close to lightning. Well, as per usual on our drive in, I go past these swarm traps and checked a couple already, but the third one, guess what? Yeah, we caught a swarm. That's a good thing, and it's kind of a bad thing. Being almost almost a week away from, not even that, 4 or 5 days away from being August. That means we're going to have to watch these close, feed them as much as we can, and hopefully try and get them through the winter coming up. I can't believe they actually swarmed this late, but despite all my best efforts of trying to provide them with extra space and all that, they swarmed. And again, I'm presuming it's my swarm because I don't think we actually have any feral bees out here, I should say, in this part of the world. So let's take a little closer look at my new capture. And I have seen some coming in with pollen, and see some sitting around on the front side here. And of course, underneath, they've got some combs, so they were sitting here for a while. Not too long, not as much as the one up at Windy Ridge, but well, they're curious about what I am and what I'm doing here too. Besides that, we got some deer flies, horse flies buzzing around too, just to add to all the excitement. But they're here. Looks like they found a home, and I'm glad I caught them. Might be a little late. I'm curious to know which one of my hives they came from over here, but it is what it is. All right, well, let's head over to Bee Yard number 2. Well, it is a hot day here, 91 degrees, Holyoke, high humidity. And it appears that the girls agree with me that it's a hot day. Lots of beer eating on the front of the hives here. let's go down, take a quick walk in front of them here. And, hopefully they don't think I'm worth coming after. Just go slow here. We got any box. Not as many bees out here, and emblem. Not as many here too. It could be because they're on the east side, didn't get as warm, or it could be that that was one that swarmed. So now I got one that's got me on the neck here. So I better get out of here because their alarm pheromone is probably going to spread pretty quick. All right. Well, that was a valiant effort on my part to try and get something without a bee suit, but as it is, I got stung. Oh well. So I'll stay away for just a little bit here. I was going to dig in and take a look at the supers here and see how we're doing. Maybe shuffle some of those supers around so that if there's some hives not doing anything, I'll put it on the ones that are actually doing something, etc., etc. So gonna get suited up, and hopefully the as you can see over here to the west, we got some darker clouds heading this way, but like I said, it's mostly to the north. Maybe I might get a drop or two here. We'll see. things go typical here for me. I didn't plan far enough ahead for this trip. Forgot to put in the stepladder that I used to get up there, so I'll have to come back tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be cooler tomorrow. Not only that, when I was came back to the truck to find the stepladder, which isn't here, it started raining, so I quick pulled the camera back over here, sitting under protection of the lift gate, and here we are. Then I said, well, see how long the rain lasts, but looks like it won't last too long. In fact, it's almost done here, and well, it looks like we got some more nasty stuff coming in, some real high clouds, applehead type things, so I might as well head out of here and head home. But I picked up something yesterday, you know, monkey see, monkey do type thing here. I was watching one of Mike Berry's videos when he's harvesting honey, and I saw you had one of those little handheld blower things. So, you know, if it's good enough for Mike, it's good enough for Jeff. So got a little blower here, and that should work good to help blow the bees out. And of course, we'll use the fume boards first, trying to fumigate them out, and the few that are left will just fire up this. That's loud. I might have to wear earplugs when I'm doing this, but it's looks like a nice unit. And hell, I got way too big a battery on there. It's the only battery I had with down here. That's for the weed trimmer. But this should go good for helping out with the harvest, getting the bees out the hives. Looking forward to using it. Again, I guess we'll be back tomorrow with the step ladder. The bees were not too happy either. Probably because the clouds came in, rolled in, and it started raining a little bit, and that's probably why I got stung on the neck here. But it's and here comes the sun, just in time to help elevate this 91-degree weather and humidity up higher with the fresh little amount of rain we just got. So yeah, see, we're not used to this. See, my good temperature is 68 degrees, and if it gets above 72 degrees, I start melting. So pardon me if you start seeing parts of my face start, and then, you know, yeah, never mind. All right, maybe we'll catch it tomorrow here at Holyoke. Thanks for joining. Thank you for watching this episode from Windy Ridge Apiaries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on any newly posted videos. And at your discretion, please leave a comment below. And until next time, do a good day.